right, so I have been talking a lot too about reactions and why we have so many of them when there's the mold toxicity. And the first one was the mast cell activation syndrome, which I said was the last thing that I figured out with my mold toxicity, and I wish it had been the first. But even with that, the reason that we have these reactions, and I'm just learning more about this is complicated stuff, and I do not understand it at all. But I do know enough about the fact that if you are dealing with mold toxicity, that your ability to detoxify the toxins from your body is very much diminished. And the MFTHR gene or whatever, that I know that a lot of us have been tested for. I don't have that gene or whatever, so that's not the reason for my ability or inability to detoxify. I think it's probably, which I've not been tested for, is the HLA gene, which 25% of the population has. And then if you're in an environment where you are exposed to the mold or whatever, then it accumulates and your body is just not able to detoxify it. And it is because these genes cause the methylation process to just totally mess up. And methylation is basically the ability of your body to detoxify and your cells to work like they're supposed to do, to make that process work. It's just totally shut down. And so when it gets to that point, you're like, when you're taking the supplements that are supposedly to help to increase the methylation process, which a lot of my doctor gave it to me. I luckily something, because she told me that my ability I was not methylating appropriately, which I didn't have a clue what she was talking about. But and so she gave me some supplements to take for that. I'm glad I did not react to those, which I'm grateful for. But I know that some of you in the group, and I've heard others say that they can't take the B12 because all of the B vitamins are supposed to help, or the B12s and the B6 and the folate. Those are all supposed to help with the detoxification and the methylation process. However, when you are so toxic and your load is so much, and your body is not ready for those, and for those supplements and that's why you are reacting, because your body has such a toxic load. And this is a reason, again, why I think calming down your nervous system and giving it a more calm and peaceful place to start to work with is so important, because I do feel like that it can help to decrease at least to start to help to decrease the level of reactions, and also other ways that you can naturally start to lessen your toxic load, like paying attention more to cleaner air, y'all. I know, clean water, clean food, clean products that we are putting on our bodies. All of these ways that we can try to lessen our toxic load. That is going to be a way that you can start to naturally detoxify, to help your cells out, to be able to methylate more, to get your body into a state that you might be ready to try some of these supplements that are supposed to help to increase the methylation of your body, ability to detoxify, and for your cells to get what they need in order to work more appropriately. If you're not methylating appropriately, it can cause issues like the chronic energy levels, the inability to sleep. It's a reason why we have the mast cell activation in the first place, is because of our body's inability to methylate appropriately. So I am going to send you more information on that so that you can learn more about the genes and why they are what is responsible for your body's inability to methylate appropriately. And like I said, we've got to do something, whatever we can do to decrease our toxic load. Again, the ways to calm your nervous system, and also natural ways, natural things that we can do, paying attention to what we have in our environment that might be increasing our toxic load, to get that down some so that we can start to take these supplements. And I will say, I know, even functional doctors, they'll just put all of these supplements at you, and then, you're just supposed to start taking them. And they mean well, I know, but you just don't understand still when you're dealing with all of these reactions. So again, I will say, please pay attention to how your body is responding to all of these supplements. Low and slow, and take one at a time, and really pay attention and be aware of what it's doing to your body. Because if you're taking all of these supplements and then your body's not able to take them, you're doing more harm than good. And I love some supplements. I've got all kinds of supplements, and I've spent a lot of money on supplements that I can't even take, and I'm scared of them. So I understand that, and so we just need to get our bodies in a space where they can start to handle these supplements so that we can heal. Oh, a big one. Let me just tell you this, because this is big with the methylation process. Glutathione. So you have to have the methylation process, has to work in order to make glutathione. So you'll probably hear that one. It's a major antioxidant of the body, and it's very, very important for detoxification. But if you can't methylate, you're probably not making enough glutathione. But then if you try to start with glutathione, especially if you take high doses of it, I totally reacted terribly bad when I started taking glutathione. So you have to be, because those functional doctors, that's probably one of the first things that they're going to put you on. You've got to be careful with that. If your body, it releases, because it's such a big detoxifier, it will start releasing all of that toxic load, and then it'll send you into a spiral, because you might be doing it too fast and you'll have a reaction. So please pay attention to the glutathione. It's very important to be able to increase your intake of that. But if your toxic load is bad, and if you're not methylating, and if you're in a state of reaction, it's going to do more harm than good until you can get your body into more of a healing state to incorporate that. So there is my spiel about methylation. Like I said, I'll send more links for you to check more of that information out. Dr. Neil Nathan's Toxic book talks a lot about that. And again, I say it is over my head, but it is a very important part of what our issue is and how we got here in the first place.